got some long-awaited. Well, I should say long-awaited, but long. Took about. I don't know. What would you say? 3, 4 days, 5 days, a week?
About a week.
About a week. About a week to get here. It's from Motion RaceWorks. This is my transmission cooler. Transmission. It's a Electra Cool remote cooler. It's by Durell, however you say that. Performance. Mounts anywhere, space permits. Electric fan supplies, optimum airflow. Dramatically extends engine and transmission life, which is extremely important. Seems how I'm still a street car. I don't really tow it anywhere on the trailer. So, and with anything, even when it comes to engines, I mean, all of you, should pretty much know, no different than transmissions, that heat is the #1 killer. It's not horsepower, it's not torque, it's not how hard you, it can be how hard you leave off the line. But, in common sense terms, it's heat is the transmission's enemy. So, I currently have a 16 or 18 inch transmission cooler. It's the finned, I do believe, version, and that is mounted on the front of the car, just below the front mount. So I went ahead and decided to do away with that. I gotta take it off yet. I'm hoping that the specs on this, which should fit good, is I'm gonna go ahead and place it under here. Still has a stock gas tank still up there, and that's not going to go anywhere. So, but the gas tank should be roughly in this area right here. Back here is pretty much nothing, just openness. I know back when I ran nitrous, I had the bottle back here, and then that was for street use, kind of. And I mounted up in the cabin. But anyways, so I like to have the cooler back here, and I ordered I should be 12 foot. They had 12-foot line and 20-foot line. But yeah, it's a 16 pass tube and fin cooler. I want to show it to you guys so you can actually see it. Hopefully the lighting here is pretty well. So this is what we got. I do believe it's one of these two. Nothing that fancy, but it should be one of these two. I think it's this one right here. Yeah, so it's a remote fluid cooler. Y'all can read that. I wanted something to where it's not on all the time. It's on when, so our transmission builder, Al Varner from AJ's Transmissions, he is the one, his business is the one who is building the transmission, and I wanted to, he went ahead and he put he fabricated the fitting that goes into the bottom of the transmission pan. So originally I had that in there, but I actually had the fittings to the top of the transmission, which it was getting maybe 100, 110 degrees, and that was on, you're talking 90 degree days driving to work, and work's between 10 and 15 minutes away at highway speeds. You know damn well that that transmission is not staying that cool. Therefore, that told me that the fitting that I put on was too high. It's not hitting that the fluid as is going by. So he went ahead and he did what he does the best, and he mounted exactly where he needs to be mounted. My job is just to wire it in to the existing gauge that's already in the car. So anyways, enough of that bull crap. But it's clear anodized aluminum brackets, and it's a 650 CFM reversible tornado fan for use as a pusher or a puller. So yeah, looking forward to this one. Actually, I'm looking forward to it. So
on the bottom.
Been at here. That seems like I know it'd be taped up.
Right down there. Where you just had it.
So look at that. Wife's always helped me out. Alright. Oh.
Here's your line.
So, yep, got the braided line. I'm sure if you measure everything out, it'd be 15 feet. I don't want to put it in the back of the car. We've got, there's our fittings. So these curved fittings, which look like 90s to me. I should have two of them. It goes into right there into the transmission, and these two are here. We're gonna go into the actual cooler itself. Ooh, look at that! 10 extra horsepower. Ooh, just like I figured. I tell you what, Motion RaceWorks is a pretty cool company, because they always send little surprises. I give this to one of the boys. I'm not sure if there's anyone there or not. Got a sucker. It's root beer. So fittings, very important. And cream the crop. It's just a beautiful thing. Now look how gorgeous this is. Oh, you can't do that. You gotta make sure there's no more suckers down there. Or candy.
Nope.
Instructions, who needs those? Alright. Look at this. Isn't this a beaut? Derail performance. So, it is a 12 volt. Look at that. You seen something that pretty? Aluminum brackets. You have your, looks to be, and prove me if I'm wrong in the comments. I could just read the stuff here, but I'm seeing some sort of a 2 style.
Like a dual.
Yeah, like a dual cooling. Kind of like I'm gonna call it a radiator. That's how I can describe it. And then your fan, and then of course my understanding is you can. I think there's 3 ways some people have talked about wiring these up. One way is wiring it directly to a 12 volt source, which common sense, it's 12 volt. The other way was wiring it into the front fans, and the front fans, when we tuned everything, and from the thermostat, everything is a 120 or a 140.
I think
Basically, it's
low.
It's the lowest you can go, and I know Throw Right Unlimited, when Paul tuned it, it's as soon as the car comes on, the fans kick on immediately. So I kind of like that idea. Then you can wire it into that. But as you notice, it's a remote. It's the remote style. So I'm curious to know, and I'll go online and I'll research a little more. I would kind of like to see. I would like to be able to know if I can wire this in to a toggle switch and run it that way. If you guys can, write down in the comments if you guys have something that's similar to this. Not so much this, but the actual remote cooler itself. Where did you wire yours into? I would like to know that. And then, of course, the fittings over here, pop, pop. And then you can change. I know from what I understand, you can rotate the blue and the black wire, rotate them, and that will be, it will push or pull the heat away. I would assume you want to pull it away. So mount it up under the car like so. And it's definitely it's shallow enough to where it's not going to stick too low below the rear bumper. I mean, I don't really care. I'm not trying to hide it from anybody. I mean, if you're smart, you run these things, especially on something as crazy as these things, as the cars. But alright, well, I just wanted to open this thing up and go over it with you guys. But yeah, don't forget to please subscribe, like, and share. All this helps for me to keep going and doing this stuff. I'm probably gonna still do it regardless. I enjoy doing it. But I think the next video will be of me installing this. Not too sure about getting it wired and hooked up because I gotta get a new battery. Anyways, once again, always thank you guys for your support and continue watching and rock on.